I feel like it needs to be challenged. All right. Welcome, 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 everybody. Okay, let me just move this side a little bit so that you guys can be all under one roof. Okay, awesome. That is beautiful. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Perseverance Maremeni, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self Love. If you're joining in for the first time, welcome to the family. Please hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continuous love and support that you are showing me today. We want to talk about the current trending issue, which is the issue between Sjava and Lady Zamar. I've had an opinion. My opinion is just contradicting itself, and I tried to record like videos twice. I still could not get to understand what the heck I was saying. So I was like, you know what, to just make things easier, let me just do a live and hear what the people have to say, so that the people can actually, challenge my opinion and my thought around the whole thing. Okay, so for those who are asking, because I see some people are asking what happened, Letono is asking what happened. So what happened is that I do, if you, okay, obviously that means that you're not aware, right? Java and Lady Zamar were in a relationship, and that relationship came to an end a couple of I don't know whether it's a year or 2 years back, but it did not end so well because it ended with Lady Zamar saying that Java sexually abused her, right? And she was saying that's how the relationship started. And now Java came forth, and then obviously he's going to defend himself. You get what I'm saying? And with the whole thing now, it has been brought up because Lady Zamar is releasing new music now. It's 2018. Yeah, somebody's correcting me there. It's saying it was in 2018. So Lady Zamar now said on Twitter that you guys hate me so much. She was just literally just venting on Twitter saying that you guys hate me. What do I have to do for you guys to leave me alone and stop hating me and stop commenting all these negative things that you comment on my things that I post? Because you know what? I have the right to speak and all that stuff. You get what I'm saying? So somebody's saying sugar. Sugar for what, my darling? Is that a sugar for me, or sugar for Lady Zamar, or sugar for Java? Anyway, so as she was saying that, you guys, listen, you are really, 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 do you want me to unalive myself? What do you want me to do? Because I'm trying to live my life and move on, and you guys won't let me move on. And people now came forth and said, no, you falsely accused this guy, and now you almost destroyed his life, you almost killed himself, and now you wanna come here and say we must give you a break. No, we're not gonna give you a break. We are going to remind you, we're not gonna forgive you. You are gonna be the second hated person after Kelly Kumaro. That's what people were saying, right, on Twitter. So I had an opinion, at first. Then I had another opinion. Then my opinions are clashing. Then I'm like, no, man, my opinions are too many. They're clashing. I don't want to be one person who contradicts themselves, because for me, both cases hit home. Okay, somebody's already asking here, what is my opinion? Okay. Which one should I start with? Should I start with the Lady Zamar side, or should I start with this Java side? Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say my 2 cents, guys. You're more than welcome to request so that you can come and say your 2 cents as well regarding the whole issue. Okay, I'm gonna start with Lady Zamar. Okay, the one thing that breaks my heart about Lady Zamar is that right now, as these news are trending, it's gonna be very difficult for people who are being raped this very moment, right? This very moment, there are people who are being raped, and they're not going to be able to come forth and say, listen, I was violated, simply because there's a Lady Zamar who's been questioned about her story contradicting itself. Because honestly speaking, what Lady Zamar is saying, she is really contradicting herself. Does you contradicting yourself mean that you were not violated? Absolutely not. Does it mean that when you are contradicting yourself, it's because you faced certain traumas? It could be. Does it mean that you just want to get back at somebody, or you want to destroy somebody? It could be. So there are so many things that I feel like, no, man, something calling to her off, But at the same time, as calling to her off, how would I feel if my daughter was being violated like that and they could not articulate themselves the way that I am able to, and then now what? Does it mean that my daughter was now wrong or is lying? Absolutely not. And now the other issue that she was saying was that just because I'm unable to have sufficient proof, because apparently a lot of rape cases are unable to be, cracked because there's no sufficient proof. Because sometimes people, when the thing happens, they don't report it immediately. And if there's no kit that proves that this person actually had this thing happening to them, and there's no samples or whatever you call those things, it is difficult to prove the case, because the law says prove beyond reasonable doubt. You get what I'm saying? So now it makes it very difficult for a case to be proved. And now when a case can be proved, a lot of people now assume that somebody is being falsely accused. So what is this doing? For me, I feel like what it's doing is that for those who have been raped for real and they can't prove their case, it means that they could be raped even more. You understand what I'm saying? And for those that, please, when you do come in, just mute yourself so that you don't distract anybody who's going to be speaking at the time when you come through. And also, now, for people who are falsely accusing other people, like if you can remember the story of Tall S. Mo. Tall S. Mo, thank God his wife was a very supportive wife, because if she wasn't supportive, would be saying other news right now. That guy would not be alive right now as we speak. So, but then you literally have to fight as a man to prove your innocence to a point where you, even if you don't have a strong support structure, that means you can even take your own life. You get what I'm saying? And the thing that I have a problem with. Okay, there's somebody who just came in and did not mute. Sorry guys, like I said, when you come through, please just mute yourself so that you don't distract myself or anybody else who will be speaking at that time. Thank you so much for that. So as I was saying, all right, just give me a second, guys. We have a problem. Okay, if I can't mute you, unfortunately, I'm going to have to disconnect you, my love. Please request again, and when you come through, make sure that you mute yourself, because the admin is a lot. I'm just going to lose my trail of thought anyway, right? So what I was still saying was that with people like Tall S. Mo, who had their wife to support them, imagine this. The only thing that you can do as a guy who has been falsely accused is what? Is report, is sue somebody for damages. Me, I feel like, honestly speaking, if you're gonna falsely accuse somebody of doing something that they didn't do, something that could really destroy their lives, at least also face the same jail time. If they're saying that if you rape somebody as a guy and you are found guilty, you need to go to jail for 15 years, a lady who falsely accuses somebody for malicious intent should also face jail time for 15 years. This thing of saying, I'm going to disconnect you again, my love, and this time around, honestly speaking, I'm not going to let you in if you don't switch your mic off. I'm not a mean person, but I feel like this is a lot for me now. All right. So basically, that is my 2 cents, guys. You get what I'm saying? We're going to start from the top. Tintualo, maybe you can add your own thing. Okay, no problem, my love.
Hello, guys.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm great, thanks. An interesting topic this is.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me not waste any time. So my difference in opinion, actually, I do agree with you, and here are my reasons.
Yeah.
Number one, we should maybe define what rape is, because maybe to a lot of people, it comes as a narrative that can only take place if two people are not in a relationship. So you still can be raped even if you are in a relationship, as long as you are not consenting or you are not in agreement with when your partner being intimate, and they force it on you. That is rape.
Yeah.
And number two, like we all know things that we actually encounter on a daily basis, especially here in South Africa.
Yeah.
We're having a number of women and children that are being raped, and with our poor justice system, like not so much is being done to those people. People don't get justice.
Yeah.
And just as you were saying, it is so difficult for somebody to come out and say, oh, guys, I've been raped, because now people...
What just happened? Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. The live just went poof, disappeared on us. Let's resume the live. Sorry. Hi guys. Sorry. I don't know what happened. My screen just went blank, so I came back now. There's like a millisecond or two or so that I missed from what Tinzola was saying. So just take it, just rewind it a little bit.
Oh, I was saying, for the mere fact that you're in a relationship, people would deem the whole rape thing, no, that does not exist, because you are in a relationship with somebody. But that is not the case. And another number, I don't know what number am I in now.
It's okay, my sister, we are not about the maths, we are here about the facts.
Yeah, true. So with Lady Zamar and Sjava, guys, let's be honest, when it comes to public figures, it is very difficult for one to actually present a case, it will negatively affect the other person. So now, because of the injustices, not only from our government and all that, we also face injustice from society, because it doesn't seem okay for somebody that is a celebrity to be painted that black, because they've got a certain image to uphold.
Yeah.
And therefore, if somebody comes and they say, this person raped me, it becomes like a narrative that is to be disbelieved, because we all think, or no, because we see them on TV, they are favorite celebrities, and therefore they are incapable of doing
Absolutely.
this type of an act.
Yeah.
Because Ranitzik is Java, he's well respected, I like him, he's my favorite artist, therefore he cannot be doing such things.
Yeah.
I don't think personally Lady Zamar can just come out of nowhere and claim rapes.
Okay.
She knew, let us date it back from this whole thing here, Tuli Pongolo. I'm sorry to deviate from the whole thing, but I just want to support what I'm saying. Tuli Pongolo and DJ
Maporisa.
That lady was slapped.
Yeah.
And we don't know what transpired for her to be slapped.
Yeah.
And when she presented the case, because it was Maporisa that we all like, people were making jokes out of it. And it's not something to joke about, because this is where these incidences are birthed from. It starts with a slap.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, fish. The next day, it's him killing the lady.
The next thing is rest in peace.
We dealt with it in a whole different manner, to an extent that we went and write memes, and it was all jokes. Like, he took everything from her, girl, do not depend on men, blah, 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 whatever the case was. People were literally laughing at her. And how then do we expect girls and women and even celebrities to come out and say, guys, I've been facing this type of an ordeal, and to your surprise, it is DJ Mang Mang, your popular DJ, that has done this.
That without him, there's no music, so you can't dance. Yeah. We are prioritizing our dancing more than the well-being of other people.
More than the truth, people are presenting, and because it comes from it is our favorite person that is being implicated in this whole situation, then we want to treat it differently. So I think this whole thing is deeper than it is, and I do not think that she can come in platform and lie about this whole thing, because given the whole barracking image, yes, Java, and her being a celebrity as well, I do understand that people lie and they falsify information. Sure. Have been raped and but I don't think guys are in this case.
Okay, let me just also deviate a little bit, Tinzolo, because I think we are trying to just be level-headed about this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Let's go back to the case of Lerato Moloi and Toles Mo. These are two celebrities, right? And the other one has been proved to be falsely accusing the other one. So how different is this case compared to their case? Because should it have to go like through trial and all that stuff, like Toles Mo and Lerato Moloi situation? Do you like, Kore, I want to understand what is the difference between Lerato, in your view, what is the difference between Lerato and Lady Zamar?
Okay, Madam Speaker, I don't remember what happened to Lerato and Mo. Can you briefly explain it to me? Then I'll give my indifference of opinion.
Okay, so it happened that it's a very long story, but to cut it short, Toles Mo went to McGee's podcast and chill, and he had to go vent about him being cancelled everywhere. That's why he had disappeared for some time now, because during their recording, MasterChef, I think MasterChef something, Lerato accused him of raping her after they had had some drinks and whatever. So how the whole thing transpired, it went to a point where when they got to court, she then said that it was Toles Mo's chakra that she felt was sleeping with her that day. And we all know what that means. You can't say you felt my spirit was the one which was in the room, because when they were cross-questioning her about the sequence of events on that day, it turned out that Toles Mo was actually not even there the day that she says she was raped. You understand what I'm saying? So that guy was suicidal. He did a whole lot of things. He almost killed himself. He had his wife to support him, to a point where after the whole thing was over, Then he came forth and he was venting on podcast and chill. So you could even see with the way, like this guy, you can tell this guy has been through a lot. He attempted to commit suicide several times. And we are talking about two celebrities who made it to MasterChef. Do you understand now, Ore? There's no, this one has more to lose than that one. Mara still, even because guys, the one thing that I want us to bear in mind, regardless of how popular one person can be, this head of ours that is carrying our brain, it does not care how big you are or how popular you are. At the end of the day, if something is not sitting well here, if something is not right here, it's not right. So I don't know if maybe with my briefing, Yana, you understand the story behind Tolesmo and Lerato Moloi, comparing it now, coming back to our story at end.
Okay, I think I get it from what you're explaining.
Yeah.
So in this case, wow, that's a tricky comparison.
Yeah. Is it
It's
tricky?
very tricky. Yeah, it's a tricky comparison because hence I've said in my statement, for much as we can say what Lady Zamar was right or the other or whomever,
Yeah.
or right or wrong in the whole scenario. The truth is these things happen in both ways.
Yeah.
Some people lie for whatever reasons, but Babangwe, they are really honest when they say this person has raped me. So in the case Yamo and Yalerato, I don't know
what was the motive?
Actually take it as far as her confessing no, this is what actually happened.
Yeah.
Mara, you cannot say when you slept with a spirit. That does not happen. We all know we are on earth.
Yeah.
And for us to survive on earth, a body that can contain the spirit.
Yeah.
Which are two
sorry to cut you there,
things,
Inzwalo.
they are inseparable.
Sorry to cut you there, Inzwalo. The only reason why she got to a point, because actually she needed to give an answer, right? Because she was being cornered. She was pushed to a corner to say, Pela Wena, on this day where you are saying, Ori, Tolesmo came and did this, he was not here. So after her being cross-questioned and being put to a corner, her last word was her speaking about how it was most chakra. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a thing, Yagore, she just straight up said, okay, Tolesmo was not there, it was his chakra. No. All the time she was busy saying he was there, he did this, he did that. Until she was cornered, there was proof, there was Instagram, there was this and that to prove his son was sick on that day. He was not even on the show. He was already eliminated on that day that she's saying she was raped.
Wow. Okay, so I think the difference between Sjava Lady is the fact that this one actually has like evidence whether this person is actually lying.
Yeah.
Maybe what can be done to this whole Sjava and Lady Zamar thing is to revisit the events, whatever the case may be. Then we can then have the truth of what actually transpired.
Yeah.
Because now, if we are speaking on assumptions and on things they come in bits and pieces, then it serves no purpose because it gives us room to come with our indifference of opinions. I think this happened and that happened.
Yeah.
So to just cut it short, I think this one has proof, and because this lady was proved to be a liar and with her diabolic acts, because that is devilish. And back to our justice system, I think the government should actually take these type of accusations serious to a point that they make an example with somebody who would come to the podium and to the public, lie about somebody to an extent. I mean, how can you lie about absence ya mutu? Because that can be proved.
Yeah.
So it's so heartbreaking and heart-aching because of what Lerato did. Now it's going to be difficult for people to believe, but genuinely so to say this person has raped
my
me.
sister.
Because we go back to reference from what Lerato has done to Mo, and then now we want to face it on everybody that's coming to say this person has raped me. Because facts. I think we need to revisit, or they need to revisit, and then we can then speak about it or make comments for it. This one was wrong, or that other one was not wrong.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you, my sister, because for me, I feel like the one thing that worries me a lot, is that because we have proof that people actually are capable of accusing people falsely of saying they raped me even though they didn't. What is the motive? Like, how do you become so bold to falsely accuse somebody and want to destroy a family, and at the same time, if you are one person, because this very moment, this is sad, guys, this it's one thing that is very painful, but this very moment as we're discussing this topic, somebody is actually being raped for real. And now that person is going to be very difficult for them to come forth and say, I've also been raped, because they're going to be questioned, are you the next Lerato or whosoever that is falsely accusing other people? So what are we doing exactly? You get what I'm saying? So, but I do agree with what you're saying, Wanatinzwalo. Mara, now the problem now with what you're saying to say this, remember the reason why this case could not proceed was because they said because of insufficient evidence, it had to be thrown out of court.
It is so difficult because, like you were saying, we're taking this is a very sensitive and a difficult topic to tackle.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, much as because look, the issue of rape, even if you do not have evidence or enough evidence to can prove, look, this is what happened, it still does not say
it didn't happen.
She was not raped.
Exactly.
And the case is vice versa. It doesn't mean because there's no evidence that she was raped. We don't know.
Yeah.
So that's the unfortunate part of it.
Because
we cannot really.
Because Tinzwalo, somebody we could agree to have sex right now, and immediately after agreeing having sex, like proper nice sex, I go to the police station and I say proof I was raped, where the evidence is sufficient, but the act was actually not rape. You get what I'm saying? It's tricky.
Can I come in a bit quick when it comes to this?
Okay, you may.
Sure. Okay.
All right. Evening, everyone.
Hi, Zanele.
So I think for me, I would say when it comes to a celebrity, there's always things that they hold back that we don't get to know about. What led to this lady, as you were saying, Madam Speaker, what led to this lady, coming up with this theory of I was raped by Toles Mo? What led Lady Zamar to go to court, and then at the end of the day, it's lack of evidence or insufficient evidence? What leads to that? Let's take a look at Toles Mo. Maybe Toles Mo was hitting on the girl. We don't know. Because she can't just wake up and decide, I'm going to claim rape. There's something that happened that we don't know about background. Maybe they were in a relationship, and girl, for some reason, she didn't get her facts straight.
Okay.
And she ran with the idea of I was raped by this guy. Maybe she didn't get what she wanted from Mutuelos Mo. And she ran with the stories of I'm raped, only to find out a timeline, the dots, when you're connecting the dots.
But according to the statements which were put out there, Sisine, it's that they've never been in a relationship. These two people are confirming that they've never been in a relationship, and the only time that they've ever been seen in one place was when they were meeting through a mutual friend at some, I don't know, event or whatever. So they've never... So they were meeting, like them being in close proximity. It was for the first time during the Master Chef.
That's why we don't know. Honestly, we don't. That's why we're not in Zoloti. This is very tricky and sensitive because we don't know this. I'm working now as well, right? There are people that I talk to M17 that most people don't even know which I'm in contact with.
Yeah.
And when I wake up one day and say this person raped me, a lot of people will be confused. When did that happen? You hardly speak to this person, right? So at the end of the day, Utoles Mo knows the truth. What conversations were they having with this lady that led to her saying
No, but then the thing is with her, she's also confirming that they never had any communications like that. Yeah, now she's just saying straight up, during the Master Chef, after dinner, I had wine, you took me to my room, then you did your deed. And that date Paul Esmo was not there. So it's got nothing to do with... Because remember, when you now have to go for trial and all that stuff, even if those conversations were happening, it was Lerato's time to say, okay, me and Tolesmo, we had this.
Yeah.
But she's not saying we had any of that. She's just saying on this day, I was penetrated by this guy.
I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you loud and clear. Yeah, but when it comes to that, I don't wanna. When you say it like that, I understand. I don't wanna bring African spirituality into this conversation.
Yeah, no, because yeah, no. Let's not bring African spirituality because we all know what we all saw what happened to Tolesmo after the whole thing. When he came back said Twasile already. So you may never know on his side what was happening and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's why I need to. When you say it like that, we can't bring in because we know they do certain things. I mean, just to off ramp, there was a lady who was arrested for milk, only to find out she just needed to accept the calling. And things happen.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't want to bring it in.
Yeah. No. I mean, I caught you very fast. I hear you very well, Sanosam.
Yeah. So when it comes to him, it's gonna be tricky.
It's very
but
tricky.
Lady Zamar, in lack of insufficient evidence, it can be what was the cause of insufficient evidence? What transpired between the two of
because
them?
you know what she's saying, Lady Zamar and Wasamine, the thing with her, I feel sorry for her because like sometimes I wish I could borrow people my way of speaking, not my English, but just my way of speaking, because her English is very, very model C anyway. The thing is, when she speaks, that lady, she contradicts herself. You know, and I don't know if she's aware or she's contradicting herself as she speaks. Because first she says that the relationship did not happen like a normal relationship. When her and Sjava started dating, it started with him forcing himself on her. Then they had sex. Then they started dating afterwards. And when they started dating, Sjava is saying that she knows that he was married, he had a woman back in the villages. You understand what I'm saying? So as the relationship is transpiring and all that stuff, that means that after the first incident, there were many other incidents which were obviously consensual after that, right? Because we could see them being lovey-dovey on social media and all that stuff. But now here's the thing. There was a recording which was leaked, which she now came and explained right here on TikTok to say that, no, that video that you're saying, Morena, because they were recording her when she said that she wanted her voice to be removed from a song that she did with Sjava and all that stuff. And yeah, in herself, she's saying, in that recording, she's saying she was only saying all of that because she was trying to get Java's attention. So that's basically, I think that is actually what they used to get the case to be thrown off. To say, we're not in speaking terms because of what you're saying I did to you, but you are throwing tantrums which are requiring that I must give you attention. You are saying, well, all you want from me is my attention. So now the question goes back to, how do you then want attention from somebody that you have blocked everywhere, you don't have their number anymore because of what they did to you? Hi.
Can I just also weigh in? It is sad what happened to Lady Zamar because unfortunately she's a socialite person who, after all that she went through, she actually decided she was just gonna keep quiet and now keep everything to herself. And if maybe she had went out and communicated, maybe as she has started to say, you know what, I do understand that maybe I didn't get my facts right when I went to the court, but I was actually, if it was real that she was raped, to say I was actually molested. But unfortunately, yes, I did not win because I am not a person who's vocal and I cannot peg my facts right? So it becomes very, very sad when she just then backs down and she does not say anything. And she just keep quiet to say, you know what, I lost it and it happened like that.
Yeah.
So it's also sad what happened to Tor Esmo because now there are people out there that actually are innocent and they did not do anything that they're being accused of. And myself being, I don't know, maybe a person who is I want to get to you. I want to get to your space. You're not giving me attention. Or even, I just don't like you. I look at you and I'm like, no, man, I can't be in the same space with this person. I have to eliminate them. Because people are just evil out there.
Yeah.
They will just decide and go out to say, you know what, I was raped by this person. And it's very sad. It's very sad for people who are actually being raped. like you
Exactly,
said.
like I'm saying,
Right.
every minute, right now as we're speaking in this video, there are 5 people who have been raped already and they can't report because Lady Zamar and Sjava are busy trending right now and people are siding with Sjava, people are cross-questioning Lady Zamar. Lerato's issue is now being brought up, meaning that a person who is being raped this very moment, they can't even report it.
Yeah, they won't say anything. Obviously, they will just then decide they're gonna keep it to themselves. So I wish if Lady Zamar could just have a little bit of I don't know, courage in her to come out there to say, you know what? Yes, I lost the case. Yes, I did not have my facts right. Yes, I dated the person, but yes, indeed this person did molest me. And it maybe when you're fighting, obviously you're gonna get you're gonna get confused as a person to say, okay, no, I want to win, I want to win, I want to win. So maybe the thing that she was saying, she wanted attention and all of that, it was now a thing of I'm already in the fight, maybe I should try and spin this thing around. And unfortunately it did not play best for her. But if it is that she was raped indeed, it will be best for her to come out and say, hey, you know, you little girl at the corner who's being raped at the moment. Unfortunately, I tried and I lost. I did voice out to say I was raped and I lost. It does not mean that you shouldn't. You have to come out there and say, you know what, I have been molested.
Hey, people are coming very hard at her, you know, and it's so sad. For me, guys, that's what I'm saying. The reason for this live is because me, I don't even know what the heck I'm saying because I tried to record a video about my opinion and my thought, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what the hell I'm saying because this thing, I'm like, yo, Jehovah, it's a lot. Yes,
It's
darling.
complicated.
Somebody was saying something.
I was saying, Uguti, when it comes to the both of them, it's really complicated because again, it then speaks to character, right? So they say sometimes your gifts won't protect you, but your character will.
Sure, that's powerful.
And in both cases, Sjava, Notorious Mo, their character is just there. It's up in our faces. It's protecting them. And how is it easy for me to believe Sjava did this, whereas Sjava is a public figure who is always in the public eye, but does not have any negative publicity.
He doesn't have scandals. This person.
Exactly, he's not a scandal type of person.
But he's a family man. He loves his family.
And that's why Niti, when they say Uti, the reason why maybe it's hard for you to talk about this, or it's even hard for even the country to say maybe there's a possibility that Sjava did this, it's because at this present moment, Sjava's character is protecting him.
Sissy. But then what about Lady Zamar's character? Is it not protecting her? Because she seems like a very sweet, humble soul. Yeah, but although she's contradicting herself, every time she opens, I wish she could just not open her mouth. She could get a lawyer to open her to speak on her behalf. Because honestly speaking, every time she opens her mouth, it's like she's making things worse.
Yes, that's the thing about her. She's one of those people that when she starts talking, you will feel sorry for her and you look at her and just tell her that, please stop talking now, get somebody else to put your facts right and then do not mess anything up for yourself. That's the problem with those
She's
kids.
messing things up. Yes, English, guys, is not everything. If you can't put it, if you can't put your English well, if 1 + 1 is 11, it's a problem because her English is good, but what the heck is she saying, you know? Because Jehovah.
But it goes back to what I'm saying, Uguti. If you look at these two public figures, yes, Ulentuzana, Lady Zamar is also a good person. But look at Sjava. And Sjava is a Zulu man. And Amazulu will go to the moon and back to protect their people. And even now, if you look at any post that Lady Zamar posts, the first person to comment will be a Zulu person telling her,
yes, they are doing that to her. Our brother. You almost killed our brother. Yo, lapha Twitter. It's really, really hectic for her. Shame.
So that's why at this point we are fighting against a character and a character Sjava is dominating.
Sure.
It's dominant and it's leading, and that's why we are where we are. Because I'm saying this because I was listening to a video Miles Monroe, where he speaks of character and he speaks of integrity, and he says integrity is the essence of leadership. Without it, your character is compromised. And Sjava has proven integrity every time and again. And his character.
See, that is so deep. That is so deep. You know what? This is so deep what you are sharing right now, and it's the truth.
So, that makes sense.
Sorry?
Sanbona.
Dali. Talk to us, my love. Talk to us. What is your take?
Ngiyabona abantwana bakababa. Lady Zamar.
Yes.
Ufisa umuntu angamfundisa ukukhuluma. Yabo athi makachaza angazi ukuthi yini emhlulu ukuthi explain exactly ukuthi kwenzakalani.
Yes.
Uyazibopha yena. Kwesinye isikhathi akakwazi ukukhuluma exactly ukuthi kwenzakaleni. Ngiyangithola ukuthi ngithini. Asisho ukuthi akwenzakalanga. Ngicela ukusho Madam Speaker. Lento yenzekile in 3 weeks time la endlini. My son ubeye emgrovweni. Ekseni ngo6 kwangena inok yokuthi umngani wakhe wathi your son ubesiforce kumina. As a mother, angizange ngingengane yentombazana. Angizange ngisho mina ukuthi hayi wena ayikho lento eJohn cha bengekho. So intombazane inesiqiniseko salento ayenzile, and lo muntu okhulunywa ngaye
it's your
his
son.
junk okwamanje. Walindwa waqeda ukudakwa ngantambama. So Lady Zamar ngiyafisa ukuthi njengoba bechazo sisilana ukuthi angaba ngakhona umuntu ongamfundisa ukukhuluma angazi kanjani ukuze izwakale into yakhe. Iba kuhlungu indaba ukuthi Lady Zamar meposte something ukukhuluma noma yini. Ungathola ukuthi Lady Zamar yenzekile lento kuye niyangithola. But akayikwazi ukuyibeka.
Yeah.
Akakwazi ukuyibeka. Nokuthi akushongo ukuthi mase kwi relationship ufuneka ukuthi sonke isikhathi nathi sishadile kodwa hayi ukuthi ufuneke kube khona ukuthi ngiforce.
Yeah.
Ikhona into eyenzeka yona but ngisasho namanje Lady Zamar wayengeka ayithathe Madam Speaker khuluma kahle sisi. Ungavesana usukela umuntu wabantu.
Hey, manje, Sisi, wait, Sandra Sami, there's one thing that I want to ask right now here. Ladies on the panel, please allow me to ask this question. Ne? To say, there are some of us, now you are saying you are married, right? So, Mina, your husband approaches me and they say that they want to play with me or they want to make me their second wife or something like that, right? Mina, I take interest in your husband. And then we are busy doing our thing on the side. I'm the scaftin, right? And then when your husband now comes back to his senses for whatever reason, and he decides, no, I'm going back to my wife now, I want to live right. Mina, I realized, no, man, this man wasted 10 years of my life. He was promising me that he will marry me. He will never marry me. Do you think that it is possible that I, as a woman, am like the way the things that we are capable of as women, like today, I just want us to call each other out, guys. Ne? Mina, then I come. And I say that, and because remember, I'm going to be a very bitter person. There's no way you're going to waste 10 years of my life and I will leave it like that when you say to me, listen, we are done. So my bitterness now, the only thing that I can have, that I have that is tangible against you is the fact that me and you, we had so many times intercourse, ne? Then I become this evil person that says that if I can't have you, wena, baba wasentini, ban, your wife can't have you either. That means we must all lose you. Meaning that now I must get you arrested for rape so that you stay there. Because there's a story that I even saw right here on TikTok where somebody was saying that her father was only released after 18 years of being imprisoned because this woman said to her child, I don't know if you saw that story. This woman said to her child, this man raped my child. Then after the mother passed away after 18 years, that child was now feeling, this thing is too heavy. She then went to the family and confessed and said, it was my mother who said, I must say, that man raped me. So what is it with us women? I understand that these men break our hearts and they hurt us. Mara, to a point where you would say this man and his family and everything must just be destroyed and must suffer. And also it's a lesson for men to say, guys, are you aware? Are you sure when you are busy sticking your private part, it won't come back and bite you? Yaibon. So that's actually my take on this whole thing, to say, in as much as we can say there's no way Lady Zamar can lie about this, there's no way this, but Lady Zamar entered this relationship knowing that there's a woman in the villages. I'm sure she thought she was going to replace that woman in the villages.
Ekwazi lokho Madam Speaker ukuthi ukhona umama okhona kodwa wakwazi ukuhlala because wayesexakwe isimo owayesekusona ngaleso sikhathi nezethembiso owayethenjiswe zona ingakho wababhitha njengoba usho wenza asisho ukuthi wababhitha noma kwabanjani kukhona okwafika emqondweni yakhe after a very long time behlezwe ngithola ukuthi asisho ukuthi kukhona akakwenzanga uSjava angisho ukuthi ulento zokukhuluma amanga ngiyamthola ukuthi ngithi angisho lokho but end of the day lento siyayenzeka nje sisi inkulu ukuthi nje manje ngikulife ngabe ngikutshela yenzekile manje okay eqondeni lami lalela sithando sami ikhona lento kodwa ke sithando sami umuntu abona uma kukhona into yenzeka Madam Speaker hlala phansi usifune wena ukwazi uzazi ukuthi yabona manje njengoba ngiphuma ngiyokwenza ngiyokhuluma lento ngiyokhuluma into ezo entertainwa ibona bonke abantu abazoqhamuka nayo yonke inhlobo bakukriticize bathini ihlungu into ka Lady Zamar guys ngoba mina ngiphaseke kami ukuthi uLady Zamar usefuna ukuzibulala ngenxa yokuthi no akube khona abantu yabona mina ngiyathemba wena kakhulu uma ungakuthola ithuba lokuhlala noLady Zamar phansi noma nje ube wenza ithuba uhlale noLady Zamar phansi ukhulume naye noma nina ke
you know what is my problem, Sandra Sami? Let me just cut you there. You
ibebuhlungu inhliziyo yami ekuthiwa uLady Zamar usefuna ukuyibulala ngenxa yezinto ezikhulunywa and ungakhohlwa ke social media ukuthi ngakufaka egodini imntaka Jesu kahle nje uyaphakathi social media le.
Okay, but then here's the thing, Sandra Samine. Here's the thing that I wanted to address before this guy called me and disturbed me. I hope the people on YouTube can still hear me. People on YouTube, please tell me if you can still hear me. Because last time when somebody calls me, the mic just goes off and it never comes back on again. So let me know if you can still hear me. What I wanted to say, Sandra Samine, is that imagine me sitting with Lady Zamar right now and speak to her so that she can understand and then maybe she can articulate herself better. Ksasa, tomorrow morning, somebody accuses my mother's child of the same thing and they apply the same thing that I told Lady Zamar to apply. Do you understand now what it's tricky, Ganchan? You understand what I'm saying? Because it would be so wrong for me. It would be so wrong for me to want to sit with Lady Zamar and try to help her articulate herself better if the accusations are actually false. Because tomorrow when the same thing happens to my brother, it happens to my father, it happens to my partner, it happens to my son, it's going to be very painful.
Iqiniso futhi guys kodwa ke mina into engisho kuyona yonke lento uLady Zamar angeke aze azafuna aze angene egibeni lokuzibulala amantombazane ekhona I believe ukuthi ikhona into ezokwenzeka ngiyaqeda lapho ngiyabonga kodwa nje angeke aze azibulale funa ihlale naye phansi izinto ziyenzeka emhlabeni nathi kade sasaliwe ngosiyami
yeah. Thank you, my love. I'm going to have to let go of a few people. Those who have been here and have already spoken, guys, can you just make way for other people? Because I think we have a number of people who would like to also have an input. And then those who have not spoken can remain. Those who have already spoken, you can exit. Thank you so much, guys, for your input. And then we will give others a chance to also speak before we wrap up because we only have like 20 minutes left. Please, people on YouTube, confirm for me if you can still hear me. Because of that call, I don't want to continue with this live if it's not audible. I might as well just cancel it and redo another one. Confirm for me if you can hear me, guys, because I can see you ladies and gentlemen are here.
Madam Speaker,
hello, my darling.
Can I just say one thing and then I'll exit right to open space?
Okay,
right?
Sandra.
So just to comment on what you said, Uguti, what leads to a side chick now moving to a position Uguti who feel comfortable to a point of with manje, it's the accusations and this and that, right? It's what the men are feeding them.
Yes.
If indoda does not respect umfazi wakhe or says because we know what they are we call them rats.
Mm-hmm.
No matter the two amagundwane, they are rats. They will do anything to get in your pants.
Mm-hmm.
To such an extent, me and my wife sleep in different bedrooms. We are just together because of the kids.
She's refusing to sign divorce papers. They say that.
Yeah, yeah, and knowing very well so it's the power that even it's not even umshado. They just be in a relationship with you to such an extent you'd even swear this person is not married. Like you are treated as a full-time girlfriend. Like you know that this person is married.
Yeah.
But he's singing and you are the only person in billionaire. And that gives birth to ideas.
You become bitter and you're angry and you want revenge afterwards.
Yes, and some women, because we don't understand even the woman that you are dating, in mental state here.
That is that's the most important thing that I was actually trying to get to the whole time when I was saying, why would Lerato want to accuse somebody? What is happening in the head?
Exactly. Like, what has she been faced with? What kind of traumas has she been faced with? And when, as you are coming with these things, maybe you are just a trigger for her, and you push her to a point of I'm not having this again in my life. If you are going to destroy me, I will destroy you.
Somebody in the comment section is saying men must just stop having side chicks.
That's the. Can they really?
You know what? Hey, I mean, I can't tell people what to do with their own lives, guys. But if you want to go ahead and have your own side chicks so that one day we'll be sitting here talking about how you were falsely accused, it's okay. You do it. It's okay. It's your life.
So, yeah, just in wrapping it up, Jobang Hamba, it's just to say that men should be careful. They don't know exactly what's about the girl that you are inviting in your life. What have they been through?
Yeah.
So when, as you are coming and you are there with your intentions, because you are the only one who knows my intentions, and if you have evil intentions for Lentombazana, you never know which you are just a trigger.
Yeah.
And you
But also, Sanwasami, somebody saying here women must take accountability. But also at the same time, Pella, let's not lie to one another. There's something wrong with a cheating person. Whether you're a man or woman, if you are cheating, something is not right with you. So the same mental check that needs to be done to a woman who has been heartbroken somewhere else and they're coming and they're being triggered by you. There's something wrong with you. You are not self-sufficient. That's why you are going around cheating. So these are two very mentally unstable people. So basically, half of us in this world, we are mentally unstable. We are too dangerous for one another, basically.
Hi, Madam Speaker.
Go hectic.
I thank you so much for this. For me, I wanted to speak my mind. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my love. I really appreciate your input, okay? All right.
Hello.
Hi, speak to me, my darling.
How are you?
Good, how are you, honey?
I'm at work. Don't mind the noise behind me.
No worries, no worries. Hustle hard, babe.
I wish no got 10 topic.
Tomorrow is working day, guys. I have to go to work. Yeah, so what is your thought, my love?
I'm not gonna say much, but then more issue Lady Zamar, Sjava. It's a bit tricky for me. The reason I'm saying this, why if Sjava Namurepile, as I report that immediately?
Yeah, but then remember at the same time, that's a question that a lot of victims are being asked, which is the reason why people end up not reporting rape anymore, because people deal with the trauma differently of being raped.
Madam Speaker,
Yes, my love.
I feel or it's unfair to accuse someone of something okay, we don't know what they were doing and never in this relationship again.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to emphasize, accusing someone can't tell at the end of the day you are failing to prove it. It's another story. I, for one, I was also a victim of rape. But then seeing someone accusing someone got rape, it takes me back.
Yeah.
Because of how many men are out there being accused of something?
Mm.
Do you get my point?
Yes, I get your
so
point,
now
Natalie.
this person is accusing Sjava of rape. We don't know whether it's true or false because at the end of the day, I get even guy.
Yeah. Oh no, they
This
threw it
person
away. Actually, they
accuses
threw it
Sjava
out. They said that the
about-
evidence. Sorry, Anna. Anneli, they said that the evidence that she has is not sufficient, so it's not going on trial.
So meaning there's no rape.
No, that's the part that I need to emphasize for people to be aware of. Or to say just because the evidence is not sufficient, it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It just means you don't have proof. Remember, in this law of ours of South Africa, for you for somebody to be accused, for somebody to be charged guilty, you have to prove beyond reasonable doubt. You get what I'm saying? So if you can't prove beyond reasonable doubt whether it happened or not, you are not going to jail. It's the same thing as if we now have mutual agreed sex, me and you, ne? Let's say you're a guy, because obviously it must be a guy. If me and you do the thing, ne, and I go to the police station to report you that you raped me because I have proof. I have your whatever inside, your fluids inside of me, and but I know that I enjoyed very much our deed. But I'm gonna go and report you because now I have what? Proof which is beyond reasonable doubt. Meaning that the lack of proof which is beyond reasonable doubt is not saying that somebody did not get raped. And you having proof of something like having sexual intercourse is not proof that you were actually raped.
Okay.
So the problem that a lot of people that are the problem that Zamar is facing right now is that people are saying because the case was thrown out, then she's falsely accusing Sjava, which is not the case, because so many cases are being thrown out not because it was not done, but simply because the proof was not enough.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but if Lady Zamar feels or case needs proof, why asalwana to show her mutomu rapile to start with? Because if the moment your case it's not even proven or it's true or matter. I believe you need to fight. How many people are out there fighting? I, for one, I fighted for my case. I don't want to lie. I fighted up until the person was proven or it's true.
So that means Zamar needs to go back, dig deep, and find more evidence. That's basically what you are saying.
And then to come and say someone raped me after so many years, and then you expect the state to so obviously I, for one, I'm thinking he's lying. Maybe he's saying this because of maybe the relationship started being sour and stuff like that. That's why I blackmail. That's it.
People are busy asking here, Anneli, on the comment section to say, how do you fight? How exactly do you fight to prove this thing when the court is saying the evidence is not sufficient? How do you then go back and find sufficient evidence regarding this whole thing? How do you do that?
Okay, with mine, it was a different one, because apparently with mine, it's not the first time.
Oh.
100 and something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
When I was fighting, something was coming up. Something was coming up. Yeah, this one did this and this and that. Understand?
Yeah.
But with Lady Zamar, it can be a little bit tricky because of we don't know what is Java. Or it was the first time I'm accused of Kayon.
Yes. No, I hear you, my sister. I hear you, and I appreciate your input. We are actually running out of time, guys. We only have like 7 minutes left. I don't know if 7 minutes will be enough for everybody here who has not spoken. Who has not spoken, actually? Because we're not going to let more people in. Hi.
I haven't spoken. There's a lot of people.
I haven't spoken.
But yeah.
Okay, who wants to go first again?
So can we just cut it maybe 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes each person?
I'm going to be very quick.
Okay, you can go first, Sissy.
Can I go first, ladies?
All right.
Mine is on. I got in and I listened to a lot of people speak, and they were on the lines of sometimes you'll be someone's trigger and so on and so forth. And I'm thinking, are we now not being too defensive of people's mental health? Because who should be accountable for your mental health, yourself or someone else?
Myself.
And if you are not mentally fit or mentally ready to be in a relationship, why are you putting yourself in such? Because then every little thing will be a trigger because it reminds you of your previous traumas.
Yeah.
Can we have a culture wherein we deal with our traumas before we want to put ourselves in the next relationships and implicate other people on things that they know nothing about just because you got triggered and you somehow you believe that something happened to you and it didn't happen and now you want to cry wolf. What are we saying about that?
Hey,
Because
louder, my sister.
I see that there's a bit of a trend that's coming up. There's a bit of a trend that's coming up, and a lot of the unfortunate part is, as a woman in South Africa, the minute you say you cry wolf, a lot of people will come to your party, regardless of whether what you're talking about is true or not. So you already have an audience by default to just being a woman, and you can say a lot of things just because you were mentally not fit at that particular time and you thought something happened, or you are having second thoughts about something because you went through something before and now you want to say this person did this to you. What are we saying as women? Are we saying no, we are pro this, we will forever listen to you as a woman because you will never lie, because something triggered you because of your past traumas and this person must suffer? Is that what we're saying now?
No.
Because what about the guys? What about the men? What do they go through? They have to be rejected in society. Imagine if this was your brother.
Yes.
You would be singing a different tune because you relate to this person by blood. But because they're talking about someone who you know only from the screens, you're thinking it's okay. What about their mental health? What did they go through?
Yeah.
The rejection that they went through. People and family and friends who wanted to believe the other side before listening to what this guy is saying. And all of a sudden, because the lady was going through whatever, it's okay. We can forget about everything that the guy went through and attend to the woman. That's unfair of us.
Yeah.
When are we going to be accountable for our own things? If you are not mentally fit to be in a relationship, don't get involved. Stay away. Look for help. Seek help. Get your mental health in point before you want to subject yourself to be someone else's patient. You need to be catered for by someone else. What are you doing for yourself? Love yourself so much so that you want to be sure something is happening to you. You don't want to second guess your thoughts or your second guess
And
anything that
contradict
happened to you
yourself.
because you were mentally out of tune. We cannot keep going. No, the lady. What about the guys? We put them through so much. They go through so much because they are men and no one is coming to their party. Don't they go through all these mental things that a woman is going through? Why are we forgetting them? Are we forgetting them simply because they are male? Are they not human beings after all? So let's just promote mental health. If you know you have been traumatized by your previous relationship, by your childhood traumas, whatever traumas that you have, deal with them.
Yeah.
Find help, and once you are sure that you are fit, then you can involve a second person.
Yeah.
Let's stop being there's charity cases wherein we can always blame. No, I got triggered. I think it happened in my dreams or it happened. I'm not so
chakra.
sure,
Your
but
chakra is the one that was in the room.
be sure about your story. Be sure about your story. If you are mentally okay, you will not mistake what happened to you by thinking, I think it happened, I don't think it happened. You're not going to second guess anything that happened to you if you are sure about it because you are mentally stable. Let's focus on our mental health, guys.
Oh, my sister, I wish I could just end this live here now because you have said a mouthful.
Can I just answer that? I love what you say, that people should not get into relationships before they are mentally stable. That should go for men as well.
Yes, agreed.
I, being a rape victim, who told my rapist the minute he was raped, the minute he got on me and penetrated, that, are you aware that you're raping me? He came on me and told me that, ngenze njani ngoba umnandi. I used to vouch for people. I used to hate this trend that came in. I think it's still going on. This thing of women falsely accusing men. I was one of the women who used to say that, why don't we address these women? Because these are our brothers that are affected by these things. But sadly, and this is the fact that, I've been raped twice in relationships. because I have this one case that the police refused for me to open, discouraged me from opening in the beginning. And mind you, the branch commander of the investigating officers has the nerve to tell me that she wanted us to sort things out by discouraging me from opening a case when I was raped. Had I not been persistent that it's not even proof, it's just takes that we have before I open the case, that we are saying, just remember that you raped me. It is always, he has never disputed that he's raped me.
He said
I have shown that.
yeah, and he did it. He understands what he's doing. The only problem is that when umnandi.
Yeah. And then after that, now, when they were discouraging me from opening the case, and they told him, they called him in to tell him, do you know what's gonna get? She's opening a rape case. He did not care what he had raped me. The problem was me opening a rape case. The sentencing of a rape. It's not all of us. I was ready for a relationship. Was he ready for a relationship? Who gets himself into such a thing? The minute a woman says, I've been in a case whereby I just cried because of my traumas while having sex with somebody, you know what that person did? He left me alone. And later he said that he feared that but you were not raping me. There are people that will always make sure. Then learning in July, the very person that I'm very clear to, you are raping me. How can you?
Then they still continue.
And tells me umnandi. Right now, my nickname umnandi. Because some people make a joke of it. Court is failing me through and through.
Sure.
Whose right was it to discourage me from opening a case?
Oh.
Because we need to fix things. Fix things with my rapist, with my abuser.
Oh, my sister.
And now that I cry in court, I'm told I'm being theatrical. I'm being melodramatic. I'm triggered. I'm far from healing. I don't know what. And then somebody in the comment section said that people that say they're going to kill themselves that threaten about killing themselves are crazy. No. We're not. We're aware of the situation that we are. Life is just heavy on us. I'm that person that just last week, I was at a stage that I wasn't sure whether I wanted to live. I communicated that to the people that I was like, I don't know. I want to die. It is just too much. I can't take it. I'm not threatening about dying. I said, for now, I'm strong. Now I'm able to account to say that, okay, right now, it's not a good thing to do. But what happens that day when I finally have zero strength in me? Am I threatening?
No.
Or am I crying for help?
You are crying for help. Yo, my sister. Heavy, 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 heavy. It's heavy.
I believe in Lady Zamar and I stay believing in her right from the beginning. I've been in a relationship whereby you rape, and because you still love this person, the next time it's consensual.
Okay.
It does not take away that just because I had consensual sex with you after you raping me, it does not take away that you raped me.
No, you know what I think? I think now the division comes from people who can relate. You get what I'm saying? To say, when not because you can relate more to what happened to you, you can relate more to Lady Zamar because of what happened to you, then you are bound to just take her side.
You know, unfortunately, I believed in Lady Zamar before this happened to me. I mean, my situation is new. It's last year, and Lady Zamar's situation is from years ago.
Yes.
I believed in Lady Zamar because I know our men. Men feel entitled. Men will tell you that you are my girlfriend. What do you expect? Men tell you that we are sleeping in the same bed. What then do you expect? Mina, my rapist believe ukuthi I slept with my uncle simply because I shared a bed with my uncle. That's the mentality that he has because he will never let a woman sleep next to him. So I don't simply believe Lady Zamar because I relate to him. Me relating to her only came. It's very recent. I just knew the men that. How are you? It comes back to cheating. How are we going to believe a cheater? You took the initiative of asking another woman out, whereby you know very well ukuthi unomfazi emakhaya. Where's the respect for your own women? If you can't respect your woman, and then we're going to believe that you can respect another woman. It came from there. My sentiments came from there back when I believed Lady Zamar and everybody was bashing her. And her coming out to say, what can I get? She's at the word's end. I know I am there.
Yeah.
I'm documenting my story just so that when either because he has promised to kill me, should my perpetrator kill me, or should I find the battle too hard for me and just decide to rest eternally, my family can continue fighting for my justice. And that's what I've requested from them. Uguti, whatever happens to me, guys, just fight for my justice. I want it. The fact that it's been sold, I'm not okay with that.
Sure.
So that at whose did I agree to them? At whose consent? I did not consent to my thingy, to my justice being sold. Getting bailed 7 times. What is that? Yeah. And now I'm told I'm crazy. Not because he's continuing to abuse me, because he feels he has the world on his shoulders, because he feels he has every right. He knows whatever he does, court will allow him out to come back and does it and do as he pleased to me. And that's all I had to say.
Oh, Sissy. Hey, thank you so much.
Do you still have time? I think we have gone way over time.
We really have gone way over time, Sandasami. We can do up until what? 8:45? 8:45.
I'll just speak. Hey, this I think this conversation is very triggering for a lot of people. And I always say in the height of every conversation, just make sure that the source of what you're saying comes from a kind place. And comes from a considerate place to understand that whatever you're saying now, you could be silencing a victim just here.
Yes.
May not ever be able to speak because they are hearing just how much people are so judgmental to their situation. So I hope if someone is here, don't take what we said too hard. We are people, we have faults, and sometimes we may not have the same judgment in things.
Yeah.
So just know that this is just conversations, and we're never all going to agree because it's a very complex conversation for us to even have to begin with. I'll just say we're in the court of public opinion, which is very different to our legal system. Firstly, we're dealing with beyond a reasonable doubt. And when we look at beyond a reasonable doubt, when we are dealing with rape cases, it is difficult to prove because some women it doesn't register to them that I have been raped immediately. And also when a woman has experienced trauma, they do not react like a rational person would do, to be like, let me go to the doctor. What the first thing is, I just want to wash this person off me. And when you're washing this person off you, are washing that evidence off. You are losing that evidence. You are losing that one thing that can speak to say, in actual fact, you have been raped by this person. So why didn't you speak up? People have been raped by their relatives. and people find out 10 years later, why didn't they speak up? Let's think about the fear that they had. Let's think about the emotional trauma that you battle with when when you're sitting and you're like, this person really violated me. Let's think about those married women who continually get raped by their partners, but because they have a ring on their finger, can't really speak up because he's my husband.
The father
but
of my
there's some
kids.
nights where they force themselves on them,
Yeah.
you know? And also let's think about the man in this situation. You're a man, you've built whatever reputation you've built for yourself. This lady says you've raped them. But unfortunately, you as well do not have the proof to say, I actually didn't rape this person. But based on the probability of rape in our country, women and everyone in society is going to come and say you did it because a lot of men are doing it.
Yeah.
So it is a very complicated situation, and I get it. I don't want to say I believe Sjava. I don't want to say I believe Lady Zamar. I just think the truth lies between them both. And unfortunately, because there is trauma involved, we'll never really get to know. But I always say, maybe sometimes as the court of public opinion, when we realize that some things are just unsolvable by the justice system, maybe it is for us to let it go, because we really don't know who's right and who's wrong in that situation. So what we're doing to Lady Zamar is wrong.
Yeah.
And what someone else is going to go and do to Sjava to say, you raped Lady Zamar, how do you know that? How can you prove that? You can never really get to know. So what I have to say is, because we cannot prove it, because we don't know, let's let these people find their own healing. Let's let them move on with their lives. And moving on with their lives is you stopping yourself from being a keyboard warrior to typing whatever evil thing you want to type to Sjava, whatever evil thing you want to type to Lady Zamar. It is hurtful. It destroys people. But more than anything, when you're typing whatever you're typing to Lady Zamar, remember that there is maybe a victim that is following her, that sees what you're doing to her, and you are silencing them for life. People may not be necessarily able to talk at that time, but let's allow them to have a voice. Guys, even if it's 10 years from now, there could be a child, she's 8 years, she doesn't even know that she's getting raped now, but she's going to want to speak when she's 24, when she's 30. What are we saying to those people when we say things like, why did you not speak up immediately? Let's be kind. I always say, your source for conversation must be considerate, must be kind, and remember that what you say to someone can destroy them. That's all I have to say.
The one thing that I would love to ask you, Manem, is do you think, especially things like us gathering here right now and sharing our different opinions on this, do you think this is necessary for awareness purposes for upcoming boys and girls who should now know that these things can actually get this sticky? Or do you feel like it should not even be a thing that should be discussed on a public platform like this at all?
I think it's necessary. I think every conversation is necessary because it creates awareness, right? And I think us talking about it is very important. But I always say, let the source be kindness. So we must be very mindful of what you say. It's not that we can't speak. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So it is how you're saying whatever it is that you want to communicate to the next person. I do think it's important for men to understand what consent is. I do think it's important for ladies to understand what consent is. I also think it's important for both genders to understand that rape is a very complex situation. You don't want to play around with things like a boy raped me when he didn't, because you are destroying him. You don't want to play around with, oh my gosh, he did not give me what I want. I did not get what I want from him, so I'm just going to say that. You're going to destroy him for life. And even if he does not get convicted, I promise you society will convict him for the rest of his life. So do not play like that with people's lives. The same thing with the lady. If she says no, if she stops at any point, I always say, if someone pushes you away, please ask them the next day, don't do it. If someone says they are not sure whether they're saying yes to you sleeping with them, just leave them alone. So let us have these conversations. The more we have them, the more society will understand. Because guys, and as much as we don't want to accept it, there are people that don't even understand till this day what consent is. So when you're opening this platform, you're allowing them to learn, because you're also saving another girl, you're also saving another boy. By the way, women also rape. There's young boys till this day, they can't speak about their rape experience because boys are seen to be the one that rape, but guess what? Women also do it. So these conversations are very, very important.
Oh, Sissy, thank you so much. I feel like the one thing that for me is a challenge personally after this is to do more like awarenesses where we really teach not only the boys the girls as well about the seriousness of the issue of rape, and how do you, like, let's can we just have a full course? I don't know where this course must be fitted in our society, but from time to time we need to be taught about rape, what rape is, and what consent is, as you are saying, and dealing with our emotions without attaching, go to separating the act of sexual intercourse with our emotions, so that afterwards we will come back and say, okay, this person, I feel like this was rape, or this was not rape, or vice versa. But I
One
think,
other thing, Madam Speaker,
yes, my love.
perseverance. I think one other thing that's very important
Mm.
is maybe we should normalize. Everyone should normalize going to see a psychologist.
Yes, absolutely.
I think somewhere somehow it should be made mandatory for teenagers to go see. At work, maybe they must just say every month you must go. Part and parcel of your KPIs at work is going to sit in front of a psychologist, because
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. I agree with you.
mental health is very, very important.
Yeah. Oh man, thank you so much, ladies. Unfortunately, we're going to have to end our live right here because it's
Can I
4:02
add
now.
something
I
to
beg your
what
pardon?
Umulalo is saying?
I beg your
Can
pardon?
I add something to what Umulalo is saying?
Okay,
A few
you
seconds.
have a minute, my love, and I don't know if that will cover
Less
it.
than a minute. I need less than a minute
Okay.
to say, Mulalo, what you're saying is but the people, how to get a psychologist, let me tell you, psychologists are expensive. Public psychologist, I registered in February to see a public psychologist at public hospital. I'm still waiting for a call. So as much as, yes, what you're saying is true, therapy is needed, but the gateway to there is going to be a difficult one.
I think the more we speak about it and make it like known that this is a need, yes.
Workplace should make it a norm and put it part of your KPI, so that at least once a month you must go sit.
Yeah, I think the more
if the company or your employer is involved, it makes it easier.
Yeah, I think the more we speak about it and the need of it, then it will be a norm, so that it won't be such a scarce resource to get.
If you're not working, if you're a student, if you are a learner, then what happens? You don't have an employer to put those needs into place.
I think what Muraro is saying is actually based on, it's not a short-term type of thing, right? I beg your pardon?
Educational institutions will have to implement that as well.
Yeah, so it's not a today thing, but it's a thing that we should consider.
I think universities do.
Yes, they do. They do.
As well as
Universities
private, as well as private schools.
Yeah. Anyway, ladies, I have to love you and leave you now, okay? I wish we could
For
continue.
private schools, it's mandatory.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much
For those
for the platform.
Thank you so much, my love. For those who missed the live, you can go and watch it. It's available on YouTube. Immediately after this live, you can go catch it. Thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate every single one of us and our inputs. Guys, please, let's take care of one another. Let's just keep raising these awarenesses. And I'll see you guys at the second annual Women's Conference in Pretoria and also in Polokwane next month. I love you so much. God bless you and good night. Mwah. Also, those who are on YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate you, my beautiful family. Love you. God bless you.